time again for Pokemon of the Week. I'm your host, deogenz, and today we're going to delve into UU territory to check out the dominating Darmanitan. And we'll be looking at, yes, the Zen mode, but first starting out with the sheer force of its awesome physical traits. A base of 149 physical attack power. You want to maximize that in the EVs and have sheer force, which allows secondary affecting moves such as Flare Blitz and Rock Slide to do 30% more damage to your foes. Fantastic. On top of that, add an Adamant Nature or Jolly. My personal recommendation is to go with Jolly because your attack power is already jolly good there, and it would be good to gain a bit more speed with a base of 95. So, the EV sets make pretty much sense. The weaknesses, not much you can do about that, but be stronger than your foes, and that's what sheer force is good at, because right on the field, no boosting, nothing of the sort. Your Flare Blitz, which already does a devastating 120 base of physical damage, will be boosted 30% more. So if anything can withstand the heat, well, bravo to them. But can they take on your superpower? The way this set is played in the set of moves is dependent on how you want to do it. You can add Zen Headbutt instead of U-Turn if you don't want to run and you want to have fun just demolishing your opponents with massively powered up moves. I checked, and Zen Headbutt is one of those moves, as well as Fire Punch, that get affected by sheer force. Super power, however, and U-Turn, unfortunately, do not get affected by this ability. It's a sad thing, and I checked on what other possibilities for a fighting type move Darmanitan could have affected by sheer force, and sadly, the only thing I could see was Force Palm, but as you would know from Cerebi, it can't learn that. So, unless you've got a hack Darmanitan and you be Haxor banned for being an uber loser, you'll have to stick with U-Turn. So, with Superpower and U-Turn, it's already a 120 powerful move that is fighting type. There's no stab gain from it. You'll only have one stab in this form of Darmanitan, and that's Fire. But it will still be super powerful nonetheless. The only problem is that it will weaken your defenses. That's when you switch to U-Turn. You won't have to worry about re-upping on the attack power, because sheer force takes care of that sheerly by entering the field. And if things get hairy with using too many Flare Blitz to lower your HP, it does recoil. These 120 base damaging moves usually have a recoil or some sort of charge time like Solar Beam. So that's how you play this set. Now let's move on to set 2, in which we have a similar sort of EVs, but more hardy on the HP. Bumbling Basher Set comes from Badassxscrafy, and the reason it's a bit bumbling, not making fun of the HP EV investment here, but it's not really going to work in favor of Hammer Arm, so it makes any effort values you give to speed almost worthless as you're working against yourself. Now, I did mention that, okay, it does lack a sufficient fighting type move, but Hammer Arm, even though it is striking with a powerful base of 100 fighting type move power, it will make you in turn move slower each time you use it. So you might as well not even bother with investing in speed. In fact, go for a nature instead that lowers speed, and then use this in some sort of Trick Room way. But even so, this Darmanitan is not set up for Trick Room very well. Starting out at base of 95, you'll really have to hammer on those Hammer Arms if you want to pull this maneuver off. So I would say this one is to be skipped as far as Hammer Arm attached. Now, if you wanted to have the effort value sets as it is, I understand that for having more Flare Blitz potential. Earthquake, it's important to note, isn't going to be affected by sheer force, but a powerful base 100 ground type move could be great to include, where almost every move except for Rock Slide has a base power of 100 or more. This is a humongous physical offensive set. And like I mentioned, HP only means you can do it longer. and Muscle Band includes a little bit more extra hitting power to those super effective moves, along with the Sheer Force aid to Rock Slide. But Hammer Arm, I would switch that for Superpower, and then either not plan to switch back in, or take the hit to this Darmanitan sweeper, because as you could see from its massive attacking sets we've seen so far, that's what this poke is set up to do. Sweep, 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 into the Broom Pan! But like the steady broom pan that sits there, like a stone unmoved, Darmanitan does a cool transformation. And that change in pace and form is provided by PokemonTravelerGuide in the Zen Rend of Darmanitan's Zen Mode ability. Now this is one of the more amazing abilities in metagame, so much so that when I was investigating Smogon, I saw that this particular set, was still in limbo. So, go figure. But if you want to have fun, some unpredictable battling with this massive transformation where the defenses, both special and physical, are increased tremendously, and the attack stat and special attack stat are switched around. So, this form is only achievable when you reach below 50% health. That's the only catch. There's no magic meteor to go touch like with the Deoxys form, no friendly flower to put in its hair like the Gracidia flower to fix it. It's unfortunately going to have to reach 50% or below health. But with the boost from Belly Drum and the switching of the attack stat to special attack being more favorable, this is an awesome set. Now, it does gain a bit more weaknesses. It adds on Ghost and Dark type too, but hopefully with the massive attack boosts you get from Belly Drum automatically switching you into Zen mode because you'll drop below that 50 margin, then you can use that power to retaliate primely. And since you now have access to special attacking moves, it gives Darmanitan a bit more versatility in its move pool, a lot less limited when we were looking at Sheer Force and what secondary move effects attributed to that to be upgraded. Solar Beam, for example, if you want to use this in a sunny day set, would be very excellent to ward off rock, ground, and water types. Right there, you knock out 3 of its weaknesses. So using this in a sunny day team is something that it can do stupendously. Flamethrower, for if you don't want to risk the detriments of overheating. Uproar, just a powerful 90 special that I saw it could learn and would be interesting to do. And Grass Knot, if you want this to survive on your own and you predict you've got fat, heavy, big, grounded, rock heavy, or water weighted foes that will be affected by the weighted power of Grass Knot, because this is not a set base power, it's dependent on how heavy your foe is. The heavier the better, and it won't be dependent on the sun. So it's some things to think about. However, I do want to pull your attentions over to the EV side of things. Nothing I see is a problem. I understand why you want more HP, so you could last on the field longer. At this point, when Darmanitan is below health of 50%, it's good that its defenses are boosted, because you'll need them. And that's why he included leftovers on the set. But physical attack, effort value training, I believe is not affected by its ability. Now correct me if I'm wrong in the comments here, and trust me, I've been wrong before. I do not believe that the effort value training you've done in physical attack is going to transfer in Zen mode to special attack. I think what you would like to do to fix this set is simply take that 129 from physical, move it to special. This way, when it makes the switch, your training will already have been done in that attribute, as if you were predicting this thing to be a special sweeper all along. Because keep in mind, with a 252 maxing out in speed, ideally you'll go first, get your boosting of attack for Belly Drum, switch to your Zen mode, and then start sweeping as a special sweeper. So that's ideally how you would run this set. I've been deogenz, reminding you to subscribe to Planet Poke for all this and other amazing Pokemon-created content. So much cool stuff coming. As we get closer to the release of X and Y, there's news and trailers and opinion videos coming out, thoughts of what pokes should get evolutions and pre-evolutions, all that good stuff. Subscribe it here on Planet Poke, and if you're looking for some assistance in your effort value expertise training, then check it out on my channel, youtube.com/deogenz. I got a series there for you, effort value expertise, as I said, and it will help you out tremendously in whatever game you're trying to raise stats for. Have to get back to that. I only did 2 videos, but I will be doing a video per each stat for the poke. And currently we're going through Heart Gold and Soul Silver, so if you're in that game and you want to know where is the best training spots, that's a good video to go to. Alright everybody, I'll see you next week.